cricket.
Well, that's the wonderful thing, isn't it? You've got players that have been there from the start, like Nabi, but you've also got the teenagers. Excuse me, the teenagers coming through. The Rashid Khans, and still hasn't played first class for Afghanistan yet. Mujib Zabdran, who's joining the squad for the 3 ODIs against Ireland that follow this tournament. 16, 17 years old. What a wonderful chance for any youngster in Afghanistan. Get out there, practice your skills, practice hard, get in this team. Be a lot of challenging 4 places.
We mentioned Mujibur Rahman, and then we've seen Zahir Khan as well in this tournament, so a lot of options for Afghanistan in the spin department too. To win test matches, you need to have a good bowling attack. It's the 20 wickets that are the key most of the occasions. Edged. Once again.
Is that another drop?
Hayat just looks into the skies, looks towards the heavens.
That's catching practice. That is catching practice. That's a terrible drop.
That's Ramiz Shehzad. The first one, yes, was difficult towards his left. This one was very much a catchable height if you're a slips fielder. He's gone for it. Will get 4 runs. Ahsanullah Jannat doesn't want to hang around for long now. Just a shot away from glory Afghanistan. The second ICC Intercontinental Cup victory beckons. Most of the Afghan fans are on the feet. It's more of a one-day shot or a T20. Oh yes, the sense of humor too. To just punch the bowler there. There you go, Ahmed Raza. Will this be the last over of the ICC Intercontinental Cup? Round 7 game. Take a single.
Two to win.
Watchfully played. He set the tone, Ahsanullah. Well fielded at the point region. The great 124 at the top. He goes for it, and that is a boundary, and with that Afghanistan win in style. A 10-wicket victory in the 7th and final round of the ICC Intercontinental Cup. And they won the tournament for the 2nd time.
Fantastic effort from Afghanistan to go through this tournament unbeaten. They started off with a draw against Scotland. They've beaten everybody else since that rain-affected match in Scotland. So 6 victories with just the 1 draw, 121 points. Ireland pushed them hard. Ireland finishing with 5 wins, a draw and a defeat of course to Afghanistan. But this has been the best team in the tournament by a long way. Deserved ICC Intercontinental Cup champions for 2017.
As Javed Ahmadi and Ehsanullah Jannat make their way back, they'll be greeted by the teammates. A satisfying performance. Afghanistan, of course, now are a test team alongside Ireland. Asghar Stanigzai, the senior man, the captain, he's seen it all. The way Afghanistan have gone through thick and thin, and now will be playing the best in the business very soon. Muhammad Nabi, a great all-rounder. The Afghan fans have a lot to cheer about. They had a lot to cheer about throughout this match. And in fact, in the last 6 or 7 years, the way their team has played, performed and come through the ranks. Were playing Division 5 just about 7 years ago. And to see them now become a full-fledged test nation is a delight to watch. What a remarkable story. You see Muhammad Nabi Rashid Khan, one for the future. He's already a superstar in Afghanistan and in world cricket too. And that picture is going to be framed. Maybe we'll make the wall of each one of those houses. What a wonderful performance by Afghanistan. So it was an easy job for them. Just had 19 to get, and they got it there comfortably with all wickets in hand. Well, it was a matter of time, but Hayat did bowl very quickly. He looked threatening as well. A couple of drop catches of his bowling, but in the end the inevitable happened. Well, that's the highlights of today's play. Just this session, rather. Has got the wicket early on, Rashid Khan, and there was a fight from Mufti. He tried to play around the tail. Once he was gone, delayed decision from Alan Hargo. And then the ever impressive Rashid Khan, who did not get any wicket on day 3 and was on song today. And once again, Ehsanullah Jannat showing shades of his class. 2 drop catches as well. And of course, didn't make Hayat happy at all. And then Ehsanullah Jannat decided that, okay, we have had enough. And off the bowling of Ahmed Raza, the winning shot, the moment, and Afghanistan lifted the 2nd ICC Intercontinental Cup. Well, that was the story of the game, the 7th and final round of matches, which Afghanistan scoring 510 thanks to 3 centurions at the top. Ehsanullah Jannat, Rahmat Shah and the captain Asghar Stanigzai. In reply, UAE were bundled out for 197, but in the 2nd innings they put up a strong fight, avoided an innings defeat, but in the end it was pretty easy for Afghanistan. We'll take a short break here, and when we return it will be the presentation ceremony. Come back. So यहाँ से ना throw करना है या वापस आने, right? We done that.
All right, welcome to this post-match presentation of this amazing game between Afghanistan and UAE, and eventually with 121 points altogether, Afghanistan is the winner of the ICC Intercontinental Cup. I've got some guests here, starting from my far left. I've got Mr. Mohammed Siddiq Amarkil from Afghanistan Embassy. Next to him is Matthew Boucher. He's the CEO Abu Dhabi Cricket, and after him is, of course, the match referee, Mr. Mohammed Siddiq. Mr. Mohammed Anis. All right. Before we start off speaking to the captains and we get to the trophy, there's one man always in a game who basically stands out and plays an important role in winning the match for the country. And in this match, it was an all-round performance in both the innings. Rashid Khan, for his amazing performance, gets the Man of the Match award. He'll be presented the trophy by the CEO of Abu Dhabi Cricket, Mr. Matthew Boucher. Well bowled throughout, getting important wickets during the series, but some tough times for Afghanistan. At one stage, we'd like to have a few words with you. It's almost expected out of you every game. Must be a bit of pressure for you that you have to deliver.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah, exactly. It was a tough challenge for me to get wickets on this wicket. So I always try my best to do well and to do the basics right. So that's what helped me, and I'm always enjoying myself under pressure, and that's what skipper told me, you have to do it. And I just tell, yeah, inshallah I will try my best, and will try my best to bowl into good length area. Let's see what's happening. So that is what we had the plan.
On day one, when you saw the wicket, were you also foxed about the idea there was some green tinge, and you must have thought, what am I going to do here?
Yeah, it was difficult in the first innings, day one, and we just planned that, yeah, this is the wicket a little bit different than the others, but we just planned to bowl wicket to wicket and not to give them too much room. So that's what we had the plan, and we got success.
Well, congratulations yet once again, and well bowled, and enjoy the victory.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's Rashid Khan, the man of the match of this game. Now I'd like to call upon the captain of UAE, Rohan Mustafa, to come forward, please, and have a few words with us. Rohan, a hard-fought game, second innings, you guys did brilliantly well to actually fight back with that opening partnership. What was different from the first and the second innings in terms of batting?
I think we went for a shots in the first innings, and we did mistake in the first innings, and I think we'll give credit to their bowlers as they bowl very well and they're on the same line, and I think they have played very well in first innings as well. So that's the thing only.
We go back to the first day at the time of the toss. You elected to bowl first. You feel that with looking at this track, there are lots of runs available, and it seemed like it was getting better and better by the day.
Yeah, you are right. But if you see the wicket and there was grass on it, and we were take advantage from the moisture early morning, so I think it was against us. So that's the thing.
But nevertheless, you gave a very good fight in the second innings, and congratulations on that opening partnership as well, alongside Suri. Well played, and thanks for entertaining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was the captain of UAE, Rohan. Now it's the moment to call on the winning captain, and Asghar Sanakzai is going to step forward and talk to us. Brilliant victory for him. Yeah, hard-fought victory. Asghar, first of all, congratulations on this brilliant win. At any point in time, you felt the match was slipping away with that opening partnership?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. First, thanks to my dear Allah, we win the I Cup again. Yeah, one time the UAE batsmen played very well, but we know our bowlers, when the Rashid and the Zaire click, they all will finish. But Alhamdulillah, Rashid once again he shows his ability.
You yourself have had a brilliant match, 100 for you, a great captaincy game. How do you look at this whole victory of the ICC Intercontinental Cup?
Yeah, I will give you all credit for our batsmen, especially Ehsan and Javed. They played in very well. Javed also in ICAP played very well. Myself also in this ICAP played 400s in this ICAP. But Alhamdulillah, I will give you credit for all team because the guys played very well all ICAP, and especially in this looking in this ICAP, my players very fit.
You've won all the games almost with a huge margin. This fight was pretty good right in the end by UAE.
Yeah, I will give you also credit for UAE batsmen. They played very well second, especially they played very well. Rashid and our Zaire Cham, they're difficult bowlers, but I will give you credit for also UAE batsmen.
Well, congratulations to you, and once again, this is the second time you guys have won this ICC Intercontinental Cup. I think you deserve it. I think you will now go and take the trophy from the guests over there.
I want to talk on my native language for my people. On some Afghanistan چې دی اول خو ټول د ستاره بریاو مبارکي چې واقعا موږ دویم ځل لایقه وګټو او راغلو مینوانه ډیر زیات مننه کوم چې راغلو خپل وړل ته شکر موږ همیشه هم دا رقم خپل دعاګان یا ساتو موږ خپل کولی کوم دا رقم کامیابی خپل افغانستان ته. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's the captain of Afghanistan, Asghar Sanakzai, now will take the trophy from the match referee, Mr. Anis, and of course alongside him is Mr. Mohammad Siddiq from the Afghanistan embassy, winning the ICC Intercontinental Cup for the second time. And it's a great victory for them. They've won all the games with huge margins. This one was a little close, but then again, they have emerged victorious. The whole team will now take the trophy and enjoy the moment. Congratulations to Afghanistan yet once again. And while they celebrate, we'll tell you that thanks for joining us, and it's goodbye from here. 3 days, maybe 3.5 days. Only after that, you start getting some purchase of the surface.
Need to be prepared for long spells.
I've
been really impressed the way Zahir Khan is bowled. Bowls in the right areas more often than not.
Good stop, JT.
Keeps the batsman in check too.
Lovely bowling.
No wonder he's the most successful bowler for Afghanistan in this tournament.
Good ball, one good ball, boys. Come on, boys, come on. Welcome, boys, Zahira. Keeper.
Coming back for the second. Slow, low, full toss. Angling down the leg side. Easy pickings for the batsman there.
Between the wickets in general has been good from both the teams.
Zahir Khan. Oh, lagdan na hoka kana.
There it is, Zahir Khan. 30 wickets at an average of 9.17. Understandably tight in defense. Cautious approach at the start. So the first half hour is very important. The ball really hasn't carried to the slip cordon really well. So one would imagine maybe if the slips could come a bit closer to the wicket. That's well played. Using the wrists well and well run as well. 3 runs. He took the second one really quickly. Just saw the fielder not going all out against the ball, so
I'm over 3 to come.
called for the third. Well run.
That's a good line with those 3 slips and a gully.
Still 3 slips and a gully.
And he's getting the ball to move very slightly away from the left-hander, which is good. Too much of swing will take the opportunity of an edge away. So he's just bowling it in a very good area. Also understanding that the batsman isn't really coming all out on the front foot. Just it's a very hesitant front foot approach. Oh well, round the wicket changes everything, doesn't it? Just changes everything. That length also, which is quite short. 209 for 3.
It was good to see that Daulat Zadran, imaginative there, change of angles. He's a thinking cricketer. He's bowled really well in this match so far. Rashid Khan is still trying to find his first wicket of the innings. As we see, Zahir Khan will continue to bowl. A little spell from the north end.
Ayo, lovely Zahir Khan.
Zahir Khan has been in and out of the field.
Lovely Zahir, lovely Zahir.
But I would say credit goes to the physio who's got him fit, not once, in fact 3 times.
Oh. Lovely Zahir. Lovely Zahir, lovely.
He has a strapping on his left shoulder.
Come on, Zahir. Easy. Wait. Ball Zahir, well ball Zahir. Shabba boys.
He's had a big role to play in Afghanistan's success in this tournament. Heaps of wickets.
Oh, yaar, Zahir, very well bowled. Dirala Zahira. Lag, Noor rakh ke liye Shahbaz Zahir Khan. Shahbaz Zahir Khan par 3. Ayo, lovely Zahir.
Very comfortable now. Shehzad at the crease.
Zahir Khan, Shahbaz Zahir Khan.
The ball's not doing much off the wicket. The wicket seems to be very easy to bat on.
Hello, DK. Good over. Good over, Zahir Shabash.
Very pleasant here in Abu Dhabi. The start of December. The next 3 months in general are very pleasant. There hasn't been any reverse swing throughout this match. The abrasive surface and fast bowlers must be looking for a hint of reverse, but there hasn't been any.
Bowling round the wicket, his length has completely changed. He's bowling shorter. Coming over the wicket. Looked very good with those 3 slips in position. That's the game next door. Oval A. Kenya is fielding. Looks like Nepal is with the bat. USA is there. That's USA versus Nepal.
In excess of 70 overs now for Afghanistan. I've only been able to pick up 3 wickets. Credit must be given to the attitude, the approach, the way UAE have played in the second innings. After the debacle in the first, a few gave them a chance of making a comeback of this nature. Zadran has bowled his heart out. Nothing much has happened off the wicket today. That must have hurt. Good shot delivery. As we were talking about him bowling his heart out. He's an aggressive bowler. Of pace too, well directed. Nailed it. These days the helmets are so good, well built, a lot of protection. In the older days, he wouldn't have afforded to have this kind of an approach. Just have a look. At the last point, it just seemed as if he just pulled his eyes away, and that's why they say that you need to keep the eyes on the ball. In excess of 500 for Afghanistan in the first innings. UAE replying that with a cheap 197. Shaiman Anwar was the only notable contribution. In the second innings, UAE have looked a completely different team. Now they trail by 103 runs. As we see Rashid Khan being introduced into the attack.
Rashid Khano, shabash. من مستورزي إن شاء الله شباب.
Close. runs here for UAE, but not convincing shot. This is just rolling near to the rope. Nicely done by the fielder there, and the batsmen come back for 3. By signal by the umpire.
He's been threatening all day long yesterday as well. First up, very first delivery of his spell today. And he bamboozles the batsman. Saklan Haider had no idea about where the ball is going.
Rashid. Ayo, lovely. Easy, Rashid. Lovely, Sana.
Really impressed with the way Shehzad has approached this innings. Just stayed before yesterday.
Ayo, lovely, Rashida.
He seemed to be all over the place, was out cheaply.
Great bowling, Rashid.
Today has been good. One headbutt as well into the ball.
Once again, down the leg side, the kept straight has beaten the keeper and everyone else. So 4 byes signaled by umpire Ahsan Raza. Takes UAE to 217 now.
Wayward stuff here from Rashid Khan. Missing his line completely. Zazai has been neat behind the stumps on a couple of occasions, being able to reach the ball that has gone down the leg side.
Oh, lovely. Sof Khan. Yes, Nabi.
There's some batting there, Osman and Mufti. Raza had looked good. Talking of playing off the 3 sessions today.
Still very early into the day's play, but will be quite an achievement if UAE force a draw here. So far, so good for them today. No wicket, just a header.
Edged and just passed between those 2 slip fielders. Again, it's just rolling towards the 3rd man boundary. Luck favouring UAE batsmen at the moment. Didn't carry actually. I mean, I'd love to have a look at that again. Just hanging the bat away from the body. Yes, falling short.
We've been reiterating this fact since day one. The ball is not carrying to the slips. Slips would be better off to come closer to the wicket. This hasn't happened for the first time. Stays short. There's not much bounce or pace in this wicket. Another effort ball from Zadran. Generally they use white colored sunblock creams. Green? That's a
Oh, you get them in all colors. Omar Akmal. He wears green. We've seen color on Mike Hussey as well. You get them in blue, sky blue, green, yellow, and white. Daulat hasn't bowled a spell more than 5 or 6 overs. He's usually it's changed after a spell of 5. So very soon you might be seeing him replaced. So whatever the batsman has got to do in terms of facing Zadran is just have patience, because he'll soon be out of the attack.
Another good delivery. Terms of pace, intensity. Great stamina from Zadran. Well bowled. Just beaten by pace there, Saklan Heather. It's too late for that flick.
We've seen Zadran trying that with Rohan Mustafa, but he was trying this over the wicket, trying to bowl into his rib cage around the elbow area, and having a short square leg or a short mid wicket for a catch. The idea is right. Probably could try the same thing with Haider here. Come over the wicket, grab him up for space, bowl into the rib cage. We saw just now Haider wasn't really comfortable with that height. He's got a man standing at square leg. He's not very far away from the bat. He's standing halfway from the umpire and the batsman.
He's hiding the ball. Maybe he's getting a hint of reverse now.
Over.
So we were talking about it earlier on, that maybe there is, because we haven't seen reverse swing throughout these 3 days and so.
UAE trail by 94. Who would have thought? Batted 72 overs and they've got a good score. 219 for 3. And I wouldn't mind repeating the fact that they've been in trouble at different sessions or different stages in this match, but they've still been scoring 100 runs a session. That's quite good. Losing wickets, but still managing to get 100 per session. More runs here. So you see the runs keep coming in. It's about the wickets that keep falling, take away all the limelight. You've got to realize they're getting those runs. I can only realize, look at that delivery. It's got a bit of drift in that. Low full toss, and yeah, didn't want to put a hand to that.
Oh, yo, Rashid. Very well bowled, Rashid.
And while the over is on, we've got a change in commentary. It's going to be David and Anjum.
Thanks very much, Sikandar.
Ayo, lovely, Rashid. Bowling, Rashid, bowling.
Morning, everyone. No wickets then, still 7 to go. Looking increasingly now as though more buys there, 4 more buys. Looking increasingly as though the UAE are going to avoid the innings defeat. Can they avoid defeat altogether? what happened here. That one's turned.
Good bowling. Bowling, boys. Enjoy the weather.
Started wide and went a lot wider, but that would be encouragement to the bowler.
Oh, beauty, Afsara. Lovely, Rashid. Shaba, Rashid.
You'll be a lot happier to see that.
Shaba, Rashid.
Tentative little push at that.
Oh, Rashid, yeah, right, like Rashid.
Now has he just got on past the edge again? Was he just playing the line now? I'm not sure. There we go. We thought last night, after that great effort by the openers, that Shaima and Anwar going right in the shadows of the close of play was going to be decisive, but not so far. Going to need a lot of resistance today if the UAE are going to get away with a draw here. Be a great effort if they could. Shorter delivery. We're into the 74th over now. I'm not sure what the tactics here will be from Afghanistan, because new ball available, of course, after 80 overs, and you would assume that Zadran would be taking the new ball. Now, he's not going to take the new ball if he has a long stint here. Perhaps this will be his last over. He'll have a little break, and maybe Afghanistan will go on. They'll bowl 90 overs with this ball. Who knows? I suppose the answer to that is Asghar Stanikzai. Another short ball, but again Haider saw that so early. He was ducking down, he had time to make a cup of tea. .86 runs behind, looking increasingly, Anjum, as though Afghanistan are going to have to bat again here.
It's a great effort there from the UAE team, from the openers, Chirag Suri, Rohan Mustafa yesterday. The UAE find themselves in this situation largely due to their efforts. Both of them recording their half centuries in the second innings. 68 for Mustafa, 81 for Suri, and both of them departed in close proximity yesterday in the third session of play. Especially Suri, I think he was very unhappy the way he got LBW. Just
it was a bit harsh, wasn't it? To be fair to the umpire, it might have clipped the leg stump, but it was. I think there were one or two earlier in the day that were possibly more out than the one that was given.
Yeah, but then LBW decisions are always debatable, don't they? I think, in all fairness, he had done such a lot of hard work for being out there for nearly 120, 130 deliveries plus. But at the end of the day, I think UAE have done really well to ensure that they keep Afghanistan in the field, and the bowlers toil hard for their. Yes, the first innings was pretty ordinary from their batters, but now they've really stuck in and shown why they are a good team, a developing team.
A lot of effort going into these deliveries from Zadran. Is he setting him up? We've had 3 short balls in this over. And the one that was guided down into the slips wasn't half volley either. Skipper's gone over to him. See it? Wonder what the advice was. Give him another one, perhaps. Bold.
Over.
Good over that. Lots of effort there. I think when we were talking about praising the UAE team, we could perhaps include the groundsman in on that, who's produced a great batting strip here, or a fine strip to maybe enable these UAE batters to survive. Heartbreaking for the bowlers, particularly the quicker bowlers. Even this little fella finding it hard to take wickets.
Well, he was very, very good in the last over, especially the last 3 deliveries of his spell. And then there was the second one, and the last one again. Not been able to pick up the turn, the reach that he's trying to force the batsman to play at. Shehzad. One thing he's ensured is that he covers his stumps and stands. He's expecting that anything that turns into him from Rashid Khan, he's able to block. Whereas he is very, very sure where his off stump is by covering and ensuring that he doesn't get bowled out. Shehzad
seems to be bowling more leggies this morning. We've commented. We've commented during this game as to how he bowls, if not more googlies, certainly as many googlies as leggies. A Yahoo there, and that was well, how far away was that for short leg?
Ball Rashid.
Kenya playing the USA today. They'll be using that as a warm-up match for their very important World League games this week.
Lovely.
Short delivery. Got to keep that length consistent.
Boys, come on. Ayo, Rashid.
We've got that wicket for you. What about that?
Lovely.
Setting off for the single. Oh, nice pick up and throw. Now that is a very athletic piece of fielding, reminiscent of Anjum Chopra in her prime.
I can still do that. But talk about great camera work. It's not only covering this ground, it's covering the other ground. And what a perfect view of that. Batsman playing, running out, the fielder throwing down the stumps. Excellent work. Yeah, we could have had a little more of colour covering the other game as well, while the long version of the game in whites is being played at the main ground of the side cricket stadium. Just adjacent to that is the Kenya playing USA. So, well, 2 games at one venue, not bad to have.
Change the bowler left arm over.
A little bit like at home sometimes when you might be watching a stream on the computer, and if they were playing down in Adelaide today. You could be watching the Ashes match. India also in action, so have to change the bowling. So here on, you could be watching, listening to these two different games, three sometimes. Plenty of cricket on around the world for you cricket fanatics out there. Shouldn't be forgetting the one, of course, in Wellington, where New Zealand have got a stranglehold on that game. Another appeal there. This is what is known as an optimistic shout. To be fair to the bowler, it might just have clipped a sixth stump. Hurt his shoulder yesterday, seems to be fine today, Zahir.
That's a better line. Much better. It's a good thing that right in the first session they've got Rashid Khan and Zahir Khan bowling in tandem. Oh, excellent. Excellent piece of bowling there from Zahir Khan. He got the previous one to turn in to Shahzad. This time getting the one straight on with the arm. And look, no foot movement. It's just the bat which is trying to meet the ball or stay away from it. Not really reading what Zahir Khan has been bowling. Down the ground, it was pitched up. No real threat to hit along or through the line of the ball for Shahzad. He picks up a welcome boundary and a little relief because he was caught in a web by Zahir Khan's spinning.
Thank you very much for that one. Smashed away. His eyes light up. His namesake who plays for Afghanistan would have liked that one. Mohammad Shahzad. Never one to miss out on a half volley.
Oh yeah.
Spin there, but it's just so slow.
Well ball, shabash.
Skipper's got a theory.
Rashid bowling, Rashid.
Decided to change the angle of attack. Might just have hit him outside the line. We'll have a look at that again.
Rashid, ball, Rashid.
Let's have a look. It's beaten the forward push. It's just going down the leg side. Certainly that different angle is an interesting one.
Oh! Excellent. Beautiful piece of bowling from Rashid Khan. He's been very unfortunate not to have picked up at least a wicket in this spell. He's really showing the variations and in keeping the batsman guessing.
Easy khwala wala. Rashid, shabash Rashid. Lovely, lovely, Rashid. Yeah, Rashida, lovely. Yes.
Two slips now for Rashid Khan. Fuller length delivery, fuller length. He's claiming the catch and the umpire has raised his finger. What a well thought out tactic from Rashid Khan. He tried drafting the ball into the pads of Haider, wasn't successful, sent in a straighter delivery, and this time a fuller length ball. Really so full that he had to play at it, pad straight into the hands of the forward shot leg fielder, but he had his share of the juggling act. He was too involved in what the chatter was between the captain and the bowler, but nevertheless he's got a wicket. Saqlain Haider, after a well sustained 38 delivery knock, walks back for 9, 236 for 4 UAE.
Oh, that would have been really disheartening, wouldn't it, for Rashid if short leg hadn't have held on to that. My word, it looked like getting out at one time. Managed to use both wrists and his knees and his thighs and finally got hold of it.
Shabba boys, yo bola us de tempo, yo bola pakar da shabash.
Have a look at it again. Now, this is the position we'll see how it's nearly got out of short legs. Oh, it's in there. It's his chest. It's down. It's his thighs. Oh, got it eventually. Oh, what a
Oh, yo! Lovely, Rashida, lovely.
Successful over from Rashid Khan. 77 overs gone, and he's just picked up his first wicket of the game. 236 for 4 after the dismissal of Haider, who was juggled and caught by the forward shot leg fielder Ahmadi for 9.
Yeah, three wickets for the leg spinner on Thursday. Bowled all day, seemed to bowl all day yesterday without getting a victim. Finally broken that drought with Ahmadi holding on there. At short leg, little nick from low on the bat onto the pad, popped up. I think hit the heel of his hand initially, then went into his chest. He wasn't letting it go. Driven nicely through the gap, and that's going to go all the way.
Very nice drive. He's very comfortable playing on the offside. That's really been his strength. Anything pitched up, middle and off. The foot goes to the pitch of the ball. Not really in the same direction every time, but his hands really hit through the line of the ball. Picked up a lovely gap. Zahir Khan has been aware of this fact that Shehzad is not very comfortable playing middle and leg side. He's pitched one short, it's up in the air, there's a square leg fielder trying to reach it. Just a little too far from him. The intention was right, to make it uncomfortable for Shehzad, not to give him room on the onside. Went for the bait. Didn't time it to perfection. Very, very fortunate for him not to have carried enough to the square leg fielder.
He's now coming round the wicket. Of course, it's the left arm around the wicket. That's a gift. Need to keep an eye on these runs, Afghanistan. Don't want to be chasing too many. Not that they won't, not that they're in danger of losing, but wouldn't want to be chasing more than 30 or 40, I would have thought.
Over. Helmet, please.
Just the 67 runs to avoid that innings defeat. Afghanistan have won the last two matches in this competition by an innings and 172 and an innings and 173. And there's a chance going down over there on oval number 2. Slip will say that probably didn't carry, but
oh, lovely Rashida. Bowling Rashid, bowling Rashid.
A bit of spin there for Rashid, and you can hear his
Shabash,
teammates
shabash.
Encouraging him.
Oh, yeah, Rashid. Lovely Rashida, lovely.
When he bowls that length, very difficult for the batters. 2 googlies, as you can bowl the one that comes back in now.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's very comfortable bowling to left-handers, Rashid Khan. Seems to be that not only does he prefer bowling googlies, but he tries to get the leg spin as a stock delivery for him rather than the googly being the stock delivery.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the natural angle away from the left-hander. The idea is that if he gets the ball to straighten up from that line, that's going to be the interesting part. Haven't seen a lot of straight deliveries to left-handers coming from him.
Oh, lovely Rashida. Beti shata pati ki kha.
He's tried going round the wicket as well to the left-hander. That's where he tried drafting it in onto his pads, but yet again won't be successful. The umpires will think that it's always going down leg side from that angle.
Oh!
That's a quicker one. Pitched up. Too quick for the wicketkeeper as well to gather. It came almost like a missile, didn't it?
Just the 1 wicket this morning, I think. Before play began, team chat, they would have said, right, let's get 3 of these wickets in the morning session. We'll settle for that. 4 in the afternoon. Go home early, cup of tea.
Coming back over.
Just wonder to what extent that injury he got yesterday is affecting Zahi. It doesn't seem to have quite the same zip that he did. He was a handful yesterday morning, on a hat-trick at one stage.
That'll be runs again. Easy pickings. He's played really well. Take nothing away from Shehzad. He's really made sure that he gets the spinners to toil hard for his wicket. He perished very, very easily in the first innings. Just got 3 runs to his name in the 18 deliveries that he faced. But this time he's really making sure that if Shaiman Anwar can spend that kind of time on the wicket, he is a good enough and a worthy player as well in this team.
Left arm over 4 to come. Can you wait? All right. Maybe take minutes earlier.
Yes, yes.
They haven't exactly leaked runs this morning, but 49 or 14 overs probably more than they would have liked. Afghanistan. Good delivery. New ball due shortly. 2 deliveries. Will we see it taken? Putting your captain's hat on for a minute, Anjum, would you be taking the new ball straight away?
No, I wouldn't want to do that.
No,
I have,
as
captain, I will have time
drinks, gentlemen.
as the 80th over comes to an end, and the first drinks interval is called for.
Oh, go on then, Mike. Yes, thank you.
We'll definitely come back to discussing whether the new ball can be taken or not after the drinks break, but that's been the summary of the game. Afghanistan 510 for 9 declared on day 2. United Arab Emirates dismissed for 197 yesterday. That was on day 3. Asked to follow on. They are batting at 251 for 4, still trailing by 64 runs.
Drinks now. We'll take a short break.
Rashid Khan to continue. He's got his first wicket of the innings, the breakthrough that Afghanistan were looking for. Got rid of Sakleh and Haider. Meanwhile, Ramiz Shehzad has slowly and gradually moved to 43, just 7 runs shy of a half century.
Oh, yo, lovely, lovely, Rashid. Come on, Rashid, bowling, Rashid. Catch it. Yeah, good stop, Ehsan. Oh, Rashid, bowling, Rashid. Ayo.
Bowled
Lovely,
Rashid.
Rashid.
Bowling Rashid. Rashid, lovely bowling. Good bowling, Rashid.
Come on, Rashid, bowling, Rashid.
Focus, Sara, look, focus, Sara.
Ayo. Rashid, lovely.
Bowling Rashid Khan.
Rashid, Shaba, Rashid.
Rashid Khan looking good. He's looked good. Well bowled again. Looked good all day yesterday as well.
Well bowled, Rashid, Shaba,
But
Rashid.
that wicket remained elusive. Now he's got one under his belt. I can expect more
Rashid, bowling,
confidence.
Rashid. Oh, well bowled.
Excellent bowling.
81 gone to 51 for 4. Rashid Khan has been very impressive this morning. He knows he wasn't able to pick a wicket yesterday. But look at this effort from him. He had a chat with his skipper Asghar Stanakzai. Previous 3 deliveries, he was not able to really make sure as to what area he should be bowling. He bowled one. This is the first delivery to Haider. Hit it on his pads. Then the one that was going away. Short pitch delivery again. And then the third one. A juggling catch at forward short leg region. The reason why this wicket was impressive is because Rashid Khan has been bowling a good line and length, but because he has tried probably everything that he had in his armory since yesterday, that quick discussion and forcing Haider to play that full ball leading to his dismissal. The beauty of Test cricket, the beauty of long format cricket, you can outthink the batsman, you can plan what you really want to do, and when it comes out, you really feel that yes, you've done a step better and got the better of your opposition.
It's very important for Asghar Stanakzai to go to him. He's an experienced captain. Understood the situation well, read it to perfection. Huge shout here. Alan Hargo doesn't move an inch.
Yeah, was more optimism in that appeal rather than realistically seeing. He's over the wicket, foolish ball down the leg side clearly. One for 46 for Zahir Khan, 82 gone, 251 for 4.
UAE promoted Saqlain Haider up the order yesterday at the end when they lost Shaiman Anwar. He was in a role of a night watchman of some sorts, because the main batsman in the middle order, Muhammad Usman Adnan Mufti, is still to come. Usman now is in the middle after Saqlain Haider was taken by Rashid Khan. Ahmed Raza looked good too in the first innings, so they'd be hoping that they can build partnerships here. Have more time.
Oh, Rashid.
Rashid, great bowling.
Very well bowled, very well bowled, Rashid.
And take it into the third session.
Rashid bowling, Rashid.
Again, an interaction between Askar Stanakzai and Rashid Khan. It's important that they maintain this pressure on the UAE team. They've been able to do that till now.
Oh,
nice line. I think what they're trying to do here is that use the old ball, make sure there is more wear and tear as the match progresses. The length has also changed. It's just been a couple of deliveries, especially from the spinner Rashid Khan, that has been pitched short. Largely everything has been up to the bat.
Rashid.
The idea is that they make sure that the player is coming forward to
Very well bowled, Rashid.
add that doubt in his mind, not to play back, not to give him more time. And because it's getting older, the ball, they're just trying to get something out of the rough. Loud appeal again. Umpire Hassan Raza has had many of those loud appeals turned down since yesterday. This is just another one.
Oh, clearly going down there. He's a tall man. It's a good reach too. So once he's on the front foot, still the ball has to carry a long way. Bit of frustration there from Rashid Khan.
The angle and the length at which, look at Shahzad, his front foot is way out already. His bat is just hanging around his front knee. Where exactly does he need to place that bat to stop that ball from hitting his bat? That's the kind of predetermined stroke making which is being forced by Rashid Khan by the length that he's been bowling. He's been very impressive. 83 gone, 251 for 4.
Well, that's the bowling effort by Afghanistan in the second innings. Daulat Zadran started off well.
He won't be very happy because he knows it's just getting a little bit more difficult. He wants to pick more wickets. He's unhappy kicking the turf. He's not used to this. He's bowled down nearly 20 overs. Just picked up 1 wicket. He wants things to move on. He wants it to get that breakthrough for his team.
In the meantime, Zahir Khan continues. Goes for it into the gap. At least a couple of runs. Not a very confident looking stroke from Usman. Maybe a release shot of some sorts. In the last few overs, the Afghan bowlers, the two spinners in particular, the Chinaman and the leg spinner, are all over the UAE batsman.
Things are definitely making a move here. They're trying to create opportunities. That's what good teams and good bowlers try to do. Not sit back and wait for the batsman to make a mistake. Create those chances where they do fall into that trap. He's bowling quicker, faster now, Zahir Khan. He's done away with that second slip and asked the man to move into the catching at short extra cover. The length, however, has just been shortened by him. Maybe one pitched up delivery to entice the drive.
And he has that one fielder deep on the onside too, backward square leg, just for that sweep. That if Usman tries to sweep him, which was a ploy of a lot of UAE batsmen in the first innings and in the second innings. Missed by a whisker. Unlucky. He still has his hands on his hips. Zahir Khan cannot believe it. How did that miss the stumps? Ever so close. Dangerous leave. Or Anjum, we can see he knew where his off stump was.
I will only say the ball left him. Very close, very close. Zahir, Rashid Khan pleading literally to the umpire. It pitched in line, didn't have a lot of turn on the ball as well. Just outside off stump, hitting on a back leg. Maybe Hassan Razak thought there was an inside edge onto the pad. But yet again, he's asking very difficult questions here now.
Edged again. Cleese too. Oh, he trips over. 3 runs in the end.
Left hand boys, left in. Well done, Yamin. Watch it.
So suddenly UAE look a bit edgy now. They were very comfortable this morning. But though it was Sakla and Heather who's not the mainstay in the batting order, his wicket and things have started happening for Afghanistan. Edges, shouts, appeals.
Hold. He'll be happy going down the other end, Usman.
Right hand, quick change.
Shehzad's batting on 56. He's at least 10 number of shouts of an LBW against him since yesterday.
Ouch! Lovely, lovely, Rashida, lovely. Lovely, Rashida, lovely.
Lets the ball come to him. Ramesh Shehzad.
Come on, Rashid. Oh!
Well bowled again
Lovely, Rashid.
by Rashid Khan.
Excellent over, track helmet.
Boys, go, boys, come on. Shabash, Shabash, taban da puygi, Shabash, taban da puygi, Shabash.
One for 48, Zahir Khan comes in from the pavilion end as well. But this is the last ball of his previous over, where Usman had no clue where his off stump was. Or maybe he just thought it's going to miss the off stump. The reason I say that is he's standing on leg stump just behind. His front foot is making room for him to have a better look of the Chinaman bowling over the stump, which is nice. But the moment he left that ball outside his off stump, look where he finishes up. He's left it, he's let it go, and then all three stumps are visible to the bowler and the umpire. Loud appeal again. There is no way that he gets an LBW from there. That's one thing that the UAE batsmen have done consistently very well, is to get their pad outside the line, either of the off stump or stand behind the leg stump. That's a very conscious decision, and we've seen it come out consistently. The stance itself says that anything which is drafted into the pads is only going to be going down leg side.
That's a huge appeal once again. Alan Hargo unmoved. Can't believe it. He just is trying to make sense of it. He just doesn't know why. The umpire has not given that out.
Well, the ball was drafted in. Look, it's pitching outside off stump. It's going straight on with the natural angle of the left arm spinner. It's hit him on the pad, yes, of course, but it's just going down leg side with a natural angle, and that's no way that umpire Alan Hargo can declare as an out. Down the ground again. It's lofted over. He's taken the charge. 2 bounces, crosses over for a boundary. There's no way that Osman is taking this lying down. It's pitched up again, and he's taken the bait.
Well, that's one way to approach a release shot. When he's trying to defend it, the ball is doing a lot now. Osman goes for the big one. No one in the deep.
Change in the field. Daulat Zadran, who was who was closer to the wicket, has been asked to move closer to the boundary ropes. It's just another nearly 20 yards into the boundary. Anticipating that Osman might yet again try to go down the ground. Eventful over comes to an end. 86 gone to 61 for 4.
Afghanistan in the first innings were highly impressive. Hasanullah Jannat, Asghar Stanikzai and Rahmat Shah all scoring centuries. UAE in reply were poor, 197. But boy, what a comeback in the second one. 261 for 4, and now just 52 runs to avoid an innings defeat. Shahzad meanwhile has moved to 46. Another inquiry, a loud one.
Straight ball. Straight ball. Again, the googly going down leg again for Rashid Khan. That's a better one. That's a better line. He's really making sure, Shahzad, that Rashid Khan doesn't get his weight through.
Lovely, boys, come on. Out is coming, boys.
It's getting a very interesting contest, this. Again, this has to be really close. Has it hit the pad or has it hit the bat? Rashid Khan thinks that he's got the man thrice already, twice in the previous over and once in this over. He's convinced, but this man who has to make the decision, Hasan Raza, the umpire, is definitely not.
As another suggesting it was outside the line of the off stump. The umpire is not convinced. Surely Rashid Khan and the Afghans were all convinced that this is out.
Rashid bowling, Rashid. Oh!
Beaten him all ends up this time.
Good bowling, boy, good bowling.
Rashid Khan dominating this battle against Ramiz Shehzad. But Shehzad is still in the middle. 46 now. That's an appeal for a caught at short leg.
There's a discussion between the two umpires. The ball was a foolish one. He got bat onto it, but they just need to confirm whether the ball hit the ground or not. They don't have the luxury of replays, nor can they refer it to the third umpire. But a polite discussion will ensure whether the discussion says it's yes or not. And it's no. It's a big no from umpire Hassan Raza.
Had this conversation with Alan Hago. Interesting to see. I think it's bat and then on to the wicket. Bum ball. Right decision in the end.
Very senior umpire Hassan Raza from Pakistan.
Lovely, Rashid Khan, lovely.
He's seen many summers of international cricket.
Lovely boys, lovely boys. Oh Lord,
Knows exactly what the sense of the match has been and is going forward for. 87 gone to 61 for 4.
Lovely, lovely bowling.
This is from the mid wicket. Yes, clearly a bum ball. Ramiz Shehzad himself was a bit surprised that why are they appealing for this one. Of course he just one wicket in the morning session so far. 60 runs by UAE. For UAE cause as well, it's important the wickets column stays to 1 till lunch.
Zahir Khan to continue. Talat Zadran has just been asked to come out from the shadow and come closer into the sun. Swept and swept really well. He made sure that he got his foot to the pitch of the ball and swept it on length.
Excellent timing and placement from Usman. Sweeping him, rolling his bat over the ball. The sweep is a ploy that the UAE batsman used a lot. This time he's gone big. Half a dozen for Usman. So he's not going to die wondering here.
That's a nice shot. Very, very nice shot from Shehzad. Zahir Khan is pitching the ball up, yes, and he knows that if he pitches the ball up, it wouldn't have enough time for it to turn going through with the shot, especially when Zadran was asked to come in. There was no intention of playing it straight. He was always eyeing the long on boundary and the wideish mid-wicket. And straight away, Asghar Stanakzai has prompted a fielding change. He's got into action, waving to his fielders, shuffling them around. He's moved field from the offside region onto the onside, getting the long-legged fielder on to the square leg, not exactly to the boundary, slightly inside. He's got a cow corner, deep mid-wicket fielder, the short mid-wicket catching, and a mid-on.
So what Usman has done is put the pressure back on the Afghans. He's taken the game to them.
Well, on the contrary, I would tend to disagree with Stanaksai here. I would probably allow, as this ball again will fetch him at least a single, I would probably allow the UAE batsmen to go after the spinners. I would allow them to get the pressure to get eased off from them, as they've been feeling now. Shahzad's holding one end up, he's batting at 46. I'd rather play a waiting game for another, maybe 3 or 4 overs, and allow Usman to go after them. At least get a chance of picking up a wicket, because they're not offering a dead defense. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't want to have a reactive captaincy to it. Yes, make a move, but don't open up the field.
Maybe he needs to be more patient. It'll be interesting to see. Well bowled again.
Over.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes about. Taking the new ball at the end of the over as well. Again, sharp spin. It's 8 overs into.
Come on, boys, come on, boys! Good session, boy, good session!
It's change in commentary as well. As David Townsend and Sikandar Bakht take over.
Ayo, Rashid! Very well bowled, Rashid. Very well bowled, Rashid.
Hard work this, isn't it? For Afghanistan.
Ayo!
Rashid has
Lovely, Rashid, lovely!
tried and tried and appealed and appealed. He's had 1 wicket back pad this morning, but his LBW shouts and an appeal in the last over for catch at short leg have fallen on deaf ears. Maybe he should try around the wicket to the left-hander again. It brought him success, the only success of the morning.
Ayo, Rashid!
Lovely, Rashid. Good bowling, big shot coming, big shots coming, boys, come on.
You were very confident yesterday, Sikandar, that Afghanistan would win this. Are you starting to waver a little bit with 6 wickets still needed and just half an hour to the lunch session?
Ayo!
I will still back my word. I don't think that there should be any problem. But yes, probably delaying the inevitable. My worry more is about this appealing, which is because I was just sitting down in the other room and all I could hear is loud screams after every second ball.
Rashid!
One example being that bum ball which was caught by the forward short leg. It's got to be a little careful when you're appealing again and again, being very persistent. You're now amongst the big boys, aren't you?
There has been a feeling in the amongst other associates that Afghanistan, because of their wonderful story and the way things have gone for them over the last 10 years, that they perhaps been allowed to get away with just a little bit more than 1 or 2 other of their peers, as you say, below test status. But now they are one of the big boys. They're going to be under the microscope. That's the wicket. Pushed at it, got the edge, straight to first slip. And after all the appeals, after all the shouts for LBW, no need to appeal for that one. Straight in. And the 5th wicket falls. Well, he'd been living dangerously, not too much doubt about that. Straight into the breadbasket, and the 5th wicket falls. Nabi takes the catch, and there goes Shahzadi. He had a charmed life. One or two very close LBW shouts, one or two shouts that were nowhere near close at all, but he's gone for 46, hasn't got his half century. The 5th wicket has fallen, and well, if they could have got into lunch with 4 down, Afghanistan would have worried, but now just 5 wickets away from victory. Adnan Mufti on his way to the middle. It's really walking into the Gladiators pit this morning with the fierce appealing and desperation at times sometimes from the Afghanistan side. Have a look at this again. Over the wicket, just moving away from him. And slip catches to spinners don't come a lot easier than that. New ball available as well. Has been for 9 overs. Maybe save that for when Afghanistan are 7 down. 2 left-handers at the crease, left arm Chinaman bowler.
It's going down the leg. Too much turn on that one, Fields. We get a clear picture once we see the replays on it. Some sharp spin on that one. Yes, he's well stretched out, one would feel. Probably that's what the umpire is thinking as well, the distance the ball has to travel now. It was a good catch on the slip though. Went hard at the ball. Mufti's a good bat. Won't throw his wicket away. Probably make you work for it.
Struck that one into the ground.
Oh, he's found the gap. That's a good shot off the back foot. Punched it hard. That's well done. This outfield really is getting heavier by the day. They come back for 3.
That's a good chase.
Goes hard at it. Found that width available. Frees arms. That's a good stop. Realizing that the outfield is quite heavy. Didn't give up the chase. Again. It's coming out of a habit, isn't it? Every time the ball wraps on the pad, you've got to ask that question. End of the over. 275 for 5.
It's something perhaps that the match referee should be speaking about. You need to clamp down on it and clamp down hard on this excessive appealing, and also in the game at Greater Noida against Ireland, one of the Afghan players, I'm not going to name him because that's not the point, but dropped a catch in the slips. The ball hit the ground. He's then picked it up and claimed the catch quite clearly, and shown on the TV, literally picking the ball off the ground and claiming the catch. And the match referee hasn't done anything. Now, you know, in those situations, you really do need to take the player in, put them on a charge, and say that is unacceptable behaviour. It wasn't that you didn't know that you dropped the catch, you've actually picked it off the floor and claimed it. And it's little incidents like that that just lead to bad discipline. Oh, John Travolta's back.
I'm totally of the opinion that a fielder always knows if he's picked it up from the ground. There's no way he doesn't know any appeals for it and asks for a replay or a review in international games. You always know if you picked it up from the ground.
Well, it didn't go to a replay. The umpires saw what had happened and didn't allow it. But we obviously had the TV pictures and played it a couple of times. It was just shocking.
So was it given out eventually?
No, it wasn't given out. But the very fact that it was claimed after literally picking it up off the floor, his body was sort of around it like that. And
well, we saw a similar thing just now. Off the turf, taking a catch, a forward short leg and claiming it.